Let me see you do your dance. Let me see you twirl. Dance. Let me see you twirl. Who's calling the phone? Is it Stacy? Is it Manny? Is it Stacy? Is it Manny? That's gonna be the song of the summer. I already know. That song actually be going. It actually goes in. Baby girl, let me see you do your dance. Let me see you twirl. Take a time with the whole world. Is that your bestie? Get nasty, get nasty. Ho, ho, who's calling? What up the function? What up the function? Baby girl. See you do your dance, let me see you twirl. With the whole world. Seven dancing. Best thing, nasty. Easy ocean. Oh, look. What the heck? I thought you was having your day. What? I said I'm not gonna bother my baby today. I gotta act like I'm not addicted around here.
Baby girl.
I gotta act like I'm not addicted in here. I said,
let me see you dance.
Let me see you twirl.
Girl. Baby.
How that day?
Me?
How your day go? I just literally started. Yeah, I just literally started. That's crazy.
I text you.
You text me?
Yeah.
Hold up. Let me see. I don't miss your text. Hold, give me 1 second.
I'm like, what's wrong with the phone?
Oh, man. I don't like that.
What's up, Straight Facts? Would clinginess to your partner be considered an addiction? Is that healthy? I feel attacked.
What? Hold up. I just got back. What you say? Baby girl, you better not be clingy. That's not healthy.
No.
That's not healthy at all.
Hey, man, no, we're definitely not clingy.
Man, I don't think that.
We're just on the borderline. We're like,
I could admit that though.
She said one more step and we would have been there.
more.
What's up, Straight Back Walker? My baby here. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I missed it. You say I gotta look.
Look, I ain't mad at it. I'm trying to find somebody to love me like that.
Man, it took me forever, man. I say it's God all day, man. I'm trying to tell you, that's how it works. Should I stayed to myself all these years, been asking it. I said I'm not dealing with nobody unless they be the one that I need for real. I literally was not on here looking for nothing. And it's a lot of the thing is, it's a lot of women like me being on this thing. They might have been attracted to me, but they just wasn't. No, I wasn't looking for that. But it's racial special. I ain't gonna lie.
I only got one question.
Yeah.
You got a single sister somewhere out there in the world? Let me stop playing.
No, my two. I have two sisters, and they're very toxic. Unfortunately, they weren't. We didn't. I mean, I tried to raise them, but yeah, we had some cultural differences, and they have a different mother. So
I swear I gotta do. I swear I gotta do. I like holding men accountable, man. Cause even though I do it anyway, I'm just saying it was just so funny last night, dog. I'm like, bro, y'all act just like the women.
I'm like, dog, y'all really you attack where they that's about to sound weird. I can't say that though, but the control of their loins, it's a wrap. They about to be like, no, that ain't real. No, that's what. No,
Hey, Kev, they be hating me, Kev. You know I'm
dog.
always on the opposing side. They be hating me. I'm like, I thought we was supposed to be brothers.
I thought we right. You ain't here simping and pandering. Boy, if you look at my profile and I'm nowhere near that, they probably think I'm more misogynistic than anything.
Yeah, and look, not us.
That's what I say. Me when I was being wrong, I ain't gonna say. I guess I learned I was wrong on a lot of things. I was like, man, I don't. Even though I knew I wasn't being all the way sure on that, but I said, man, don't do that. They don't sit there and just blame women. They take it to the chest. They straight up did that 3 times yesterday. I wish if you was here earlier, you would have been cracking up like I told it to some people. I was like, man, don't do that. And they would have got on me. I'm like, that's the first 3 guys. That one dude. Yeah.
Hey, adventure.
The only reason why I don't like holding men accountable all the way is because I be wanna to sock them in their jaw. I ain't gonna lie though, because like it's a different energy. Like I can take women as a joke, but like men know we don't play with that disrespect, and they just go there, you know, and they just go there, you know what I'm saying? Off of just.
Hey, that is my favorite line. I tell people that all the time. I might, do a little teetering with a woman, but I'm not about to play with men like that.
Man, I swear, them niggas make me mad. That's why I'm like, I can't.
Boy.
But
Yeah,
you
want to mess with no YNs.
This right up my alley. At least that
Wait.
first
Hey, bro, are you from Seattle?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm from Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Detroit. So, babe, you sent? You sent? When did you send? Are you up? Was that a late text? You sent? Are you up, babe?
Yeah,
When did you send that?
I sent that maybe an hour ago.
How the heck I get that?
I don't know, boo.
And then look, it says, and it's weird because the way it look. I'm gonna screenshot it to you how it look because it never looked like they say texting with. Oh, okay, I can't say the name. It say texting with the wifey. Well, it say SMS, MMS. I don't know. My phone be
Look
doing
here,
that
y'all
weird.
not about to be loving.
Okay,
Y'all not
right.
about
You
to
right. My bad.
Y'all not about to be rubbing all
this.
this. Hold on, y'all not about to be rubbing all this beautiful black love in my face.
And I can feel it.
Sorry. Sometimes we get in a mode where we forget there's other people there.
Right.
I know. Remember yesterday, your friend told y'all to get it wrong.
Yeah, they always do that. All right, we be trying our best, man. Hey, we good at doing that too. We take profession. All right, but
The other day, Adventure was on my live, and there was this guy that was in there, and he was just like, I don't know. It just felt like he was just making all the excuses for why somebody can't lose weight.
Yeah, bro, like that shit is out of pocket.
And we was on his neck.
In all fairness, there are reasons that some people have harder times with weight loss.
Yeah, like you said, hard times. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, exactly. Hard. That's the thing. It's harder.
Always be like sometimes, but bro, you see people in wheelchairs because they're so fat. Like these people do be too fat. Like there's a difference between being chubby, overweight, and then morbidly obese. There's no justification for a 600 pounds life, whatever that shit's called.
You can skip some meals. That's what I'm saying. Like people, man, forget all that.
Y'all heard what that lady on 600-pound life said. You don't know how it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's an addiction. That's what it is.
Man, I wanted to take a snooze before I get all this, but I gotta go to bed.
Also, you know what else plays a role in it? The people around them. The people like. There was this one black lady on there, right? And her husband literally would bring her trays.
Yes.
Food
that's all
at
of
a
them.
time.
and
Yeah,
lie about it too
40
for her.
eggs and shit. Like
That's 40 eggs
two,
is crazy, especially in
two,
2025. 40
two
eggs?
packs
Okay,
of
baby.
bacon,
Hey,
sausage, pancakes,
that's
waffles.
cartel
They're
money right there.
eating,
40
you know,
eggs?
that's what I'm saying. And they be in a dirty little 1 bedroom apartment. Like you guys are spending money on that food and
Yeah, that's
just
crazy. You bathe,
eating.
eat, and sleep all in the same spot.
Yeah, if they bathe. But I mean, anybody that's going through an addiction, I can't knock it, but you gotta overcome that. You can't let that be you. Like a lot of people won't own up to it and say, "Bro, I'm addicted. I love food." They just gonna make it. The doctor said this and said that. Like, come on, bro.
At what point do you think people acknowledge that it's an addiction? Because a lot of times, right, with anything, and this, like, even for the first prompt, I guess if Kev will let me, I'll segue into it.
Do your
But
thing. Do your thing until the wrong pick up. Then
look, even with the first prompt, right, it starts off as a hobby, and then
Yes.
a coping mechanism, and then it becomes an addiction, right? So I think it's the
Yes.
same thing when we talk about people who have an eating addiction. It starts
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
as a hobby. I enjoy food. I enjoy trying new things, and then they're going through things in life, and it becomes a coping mechanism. Then it becomes an addiction.
I think where it becomes
Oh
an
shoot.
addiction, or where you can recognize that it's an addiction, is when you don't have it, and that cycle happens several times where you're like, dang, I didn't have it this time. It's an experiment. You realize I actually change when I don't have this, whatever it is.
You
If you
change
can
when you don't have
emotionally,
marijuana?
me personally,
Hi,
Yeah.
Skipper again. And there's
nah,
gonna be
because I
Skipper.
don't, I don't.
Hi,
Hello,
besties.
Skipper.
She said, "Hi."
Welcome back. I know I accidentally. Hey, Skipper. Hopefully you come bearing gifts.
I bear gifts in one way or another, my love.
Yeah, we love you
That
too.
sounds like she ain't got no gifts with her. No, I'm just playing.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm saying my gifts
I
come
know
in.
something up when I see that dirty Barbie every time.
Should I get rid
So
of
her,
that profile picture? Do you think people would hate me less?
if you changed it, no. If it didn't match your personality, then
Ah, sheesh. Y'all know that's the icing on the cake. I done got me a joker too. Oh my gosh. But hey, let me leave it alone. All right.
But yeah, like even with the substances, right? So Kev, every time you
I
talk
do
to me,
know.
even at
I
this
do
very
know.
moment, I be chiefing. This is what I do, right?
You be
Some
what?
people chiefing, smoking.
Cheating. Yeah, same. Yeah.
So some people may look at me like, bro, all you do all day, every day, you're addicted. But I'm not addicted, right? And I know I'm not addicted because I can go and not have it and not be stressed out and trying to beat up on people and angry and not eating and you know what I mean? So for me, yes, it is more of a hobby. It is more of for me, it's a hobby. I am into the culture of it, right? But for some people, it is a mechanism. It is an addiction. They cannot go without it. My brother
I
is a
think,
little bit younger than me, but if he don't smoke, he will go days without eating. That's an addiction.
I think,
Oh,
I
I never
think
heard of
it's
that
like
before.
this. If you like, for me, for example, I started, I'll say chiefing when I was very young. When I was like, I mean, not very young, but like 13, 14. As soon as I started high school,
Same.
and and I'm saying on a daily basis.
Not
Before
that
that,
young. Like I started at 17, but 15, yeah, keep going. But yeah,
I
14,
started
you know,
at
I mean,
15, that's
12.
early.
yeah, well, when I was like in middle school, I would try it. It was too much, but high school was a daily thing. Like you skipping
Hmm.
class, you going during advisory, whatever it may be. But I think when you're very young and you pick up those habits, it becomes a coping mechanism. And you don't really establish healthy coping mechanisms until you're, over that. But like, I used to smoke a lot throughout my life. I stopped maybe a year ago. I
So
still,
you stopped smoking.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Kudos to you, because I started smoking at 12, and
congratulations.
I still smoke to this day.
I mean, don't get it
Yeah, I
twisted.
never
Don't
stopped
wait a
after high
second.
school. I took
Wait
a
a second.
30-day break one time to get a job, but I never stopped, and yeah, but that's okay. That's cool, I
I
guess.
Well, for
stopped one
me, it's
time because
like
I
this.
had to, and that was because I was on probation.
See,
Outside of
okay,
that,
yeah,
Let me
okay,
explain. Let me explain real quick.
okay.
It's like this. I work, and the work that I do, I gotta be focused. So whenever I'm working, which is throughout the year,
You sound
I'll
faded.
go.
I was gonna say
I'm
the
not.
same thing.
I'm
I
not.
think my smoke coming through the phone on him.
But maybe it had an impact on me. But throughout all that time that I did, what I'm saying is the work that I do, I can't afford to be under the not solid. So when I go home, I'll tap in. And it's very I'm married. My wife don't like it, so I don't really be. It's not openly and freely. It's just whenever I get a chance to. But
Okay, so you're
it's
not
not consistent.
sober. What? You say
I
you tap
am.
in every time you get a chance, so you're not sober. We love that, but
I
you're not
mean,
sober.
technically he is. Like
What do
that's
you
just like
mean?
people
Wait,
who drink
what?
socially. Like I'm not a
Listen,
drinker.
that's
I'll
sober
have a
talk.
drink every
That's
now and
sober
again.
talk. That's like if you're a full on addict and then you stopped and you're like, I've been sober for 10 years. It's not like that with me. It was like, okay, I gotta stop. I'm gonna stop, and then, you know, whenever the occasion occurs,
Because it's
I'll
not like
partake.
alcohol.
But I
It's
will
not
say
like
he said one
alcohol.
thing that's true. It does have a lasting effect. And I say that because just like even now how we hear him and he's like, well, I probably sound like that from smoking for so many years.
No, no,
Smoke
no.
I've smoked for so many years that when I don't smoke, people look at me like, are you okay? Like
No,
Mm-hmm.
I
no,
literally have
no.
my managers and stuff at work asking me, are you okay today?
Bro,
I'm
I
like, why
used
would
to
you
have
ask
a
me that?
theory.
No,
I
this
used to
guy
have a
is not
theory.
permanently high. I mean, he's not.
I'm
This is
not
just his
saying that.
demeanor,
No,
you know?
no. Yeah, that's just
It's
some
the
character.
demeanor, but he's saying he
Yeah.
picked up that demeanor from the not the habit, but the
I don't
action
believe
of.
that. I don't believe that.
Well, I think it's just I talk slow. Like
Yeah, I don't think you're. Yeah, anyways. I
I
actually don't
speak.
know, but whatever.
Yeah, bro. I don't need you to think nothing. Not trying to be
I don't
rude,
think anything. I literally don't think anything.
but what I'm
Not
saying
trying to be
is,
mean. I'm
no.
okay.
I know. It
No, I don't
just
think nobody took it that way.
yeah.
Okay.
What I'm saying is this: when I'm when I used to, I used to go to. I had a
What he
theory like
said. No, he said.
if I meet you and I'm high, that's all you're gonna know.
Okay, so
So
you
like,
can't be yourself when you're high.
no, I could be myself,
So what do you mean when
but
people meet you that all they're gonna know is that you're high? What are you talking about?
like for an example, when I would get a job and I would work, I'll show up to the interview hot. So that's who you think I am. You're not gonna question anything about me. And it's not like I show up sober and I can't hold up or anything or I'm different, but it's just that's what I thought in my head. Like if I can just every day, and it was an everyday thing for years, and 3, 4, 5 times a day, like,
That's it.
constantly. No, but I can't even count. I'm not gonna lie. We don't went through, peas in a matter of days.
Yeah,
But
that's me.
No.
Because I'll go through an onion literally in 2 days.
yeah, I mean, it wasn't that bad because I was always around a group of people. We would go through, some heavy stuff, and it wasn't just weed. It was other stuff. But I don't know.
Oh,
I
y'all
think
was
that
doing substance this.
you're from the hood, bro. Like it's not weed ain't enough. That's just that's the best you
I ain't
can
gonna
keep.
lie. So for me, that has always been enough. I've never been a venture. Like I got
That's
homies
crazy.
that venture. I've never been a like for me. All hey, I don't need no alcohol. Hey, hand me my choo choo, and I'm good. We gonna smoke to the destination.
Yeah, I mean, I never really got down with the alcohol, on some parties or something maybe, but I don't like it. It don't taste good.
Hey,
I don't.
everyday.
I've never been a fan of things that make me not be able to control me. Like I don't like the feeling of not being in control of my mind, thoughts and actions. So alcohol, I don't partake like that. Like heavy substances, I don't partake cuz I don't want to never be in a place where I don't know or don't really fully comprehend what it is that I'm doing.
Sometimes life be bad and you
All right,
just
hold up,
don't
y'all, real
care.
quick, y'all. There's one more person on the panel, real quick. Then y'all go. Every day, you there?
I'm here. I'm here. I'm just listening. I'm listening to young people talk.
Okay, okay,
Oh,
okay. You
I'm
go
don't
not
ahead.
don't
young.
take
Do
this.
you know I was born in 1942.
Okay, we
Okay.
fine.
Uh huh. Anyway. I don't mind hitting the bubbler with some danky dank once in a while, but at my age, it's not a priority. If it's in front of me, and it's there, I do it. But
Here we
it's
go. That's all I'm trying to say. Like I'm not claiming I'm like sober. Like it's not like that for me. It's just like okay, I can't do it. I don't got time for it. It's not in the plans. But if it's
So
there
for
and
y'all,
it's
it's more so
happening,
like Doritos. Like if it's Doritos in front of
Yo,
me, I'm gonna
Chuck.
eat them. But I'm not just like
I'm not
looking for
buying it.
Doritos. Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
in fact,
Especially not the Doritos.
the last time I went through a little period was I found the shit when I was fishing, and it was
Wow.
good. It was real
I know
good.
you was
Did
geek.
he say he found it? Oh, you
Yeah.
bold. I ain't I
He
ain't I
was
ain't partaking
geek.
in
That
nothing I
was
find.
that was
No,
laced with
no.
that
I,
wet.
keep getting cut off. But
Yeah,
no,
what's up, liberals?
never mind. It's
No.
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
we muted him.
Yeah, go
Go
ahead. Go
ahead,
ahead.
please. Go ahead, every day.
Actually, I muted myself. You can mute up.
Oh, this guy's a loser.
okay. So I fish a lot, and I was out on this dock, and I came up early on it, and it was in a little container, a little medicine thing. I popped it open, I smelled it, I was like, "Damn, this is some dank." So I did it, and I kept it in my fishing box for about a month and a half until it was gone. But I ain't smoked since, and that was like 2 or 3 months ago. It's just I don't
Whoa.
know, maybe because I'm old. It doesn't. The need
No,
ain't there.
the thing is, it's getting potent, man. It's really changing the game. Like it's not the same.
I will agree on that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I like that potent shit. Give me the top shelf celebrity shit. Give me that.
No, bro, because it be top shelf celebrity stuff for like $40 an eighth. Like,
Bro, the most expensive stuff I've ever got, it cost me $100 for an eighth. It was called Dior. It was 97.9%.
God,
See, I live in a state where it's legal.
I'm
You
from Seattle. Like, it's encouraged. Not only legal, but encouraged. Like
I'm
So
from
4K
let
is
me
Oregon.
like
let me say this then. All right. Mm. So I look at it this way that I look at it got to be I don't know if I can say it. Let me see. I'm trying to look for. It seems like it can be an addiction when you're trying to look for a different type of something that's stronger, right? Because I mean, you probably got immune to the
it's a
other.
gateway. It's a
Yeah,
gateway substance.
yeah. So yeah,
No, it's not. You're the gateway.
Please
Well, I'll say
just
this.
let him finish, please.
You gotta step in. But go ahead, brother. My fault.
yeah. I'm gonna find a way to step in. Yeah, you're right. Uh, I was saying that basically, that when we go out and look for like a certain brands and a stronger strands and all that stuff, I feel like I could be wrong, but I just feel like people that's addicted to it would kind of look for stuff like that because if it was just for a hobby, right? You'll just do it for just to do it just to puff and get up out of there. You know what I'm saying on your free time, or you just do it for a coping thing. And I can see you doing a different strain. You're like, all right, let me get something strong. That ain't right there.
You
But
gotta get
for a
some
hobby,
Can
cracks.
go ahead,
can
Joe.
I give you a different outlook on it?
Sure. You already know.
Because all right, so we'll go back to food, right? We'll compare it to food. There are people out here that are foodies, right?
Okay,
This is
you
what
win.
they
You win.
do.
You win. I don't even want to hear you win. All
All
right.
right then.
But wait a second. Wait a second. I think that people just have addictive personalities. Like for me, for example, because like I said, I stopped smoking, but it was very hard. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm just that guy. Next day, I'm just good. I think people have addictive personalities. Like if I wake up and I play the game every day, I will play the game. If I wake up and I take a walk every day, I'll take a walk. When you get on weed or any substance and you do it every day and you have an addictive personality, you have the natural inclination once you build a tolerance, you're like, okay, I need to feel this. It's like they say, chasing a dragon. Like you feel it one time or two times for a month or so, and then it's not the same. So you got to upgrade and upgrade until you're not, you know, until you're actually addicted to something.
Let me run this by real quick, just real quick.
Go ahead.
Have any of you folks had the ability just to stop shit cold turkey?
I have.
Just cold turkey.
Yes.
Okay, so if you can do that with that type of discipline, why would you say you have an addictive personality?
Because I have to be honest with myself. To even go cold turkey, like I don't really care. I was addicted to I don't know if I can say the name of it, but painkillers. And I had to stop. You know, and it wasn't like I stopped cold turkey over 5 times. But what made me realize that I have an addictive personality was it took me 5 times, 6 times to really be like, okay, I need to leave this environment and really, really regenerate. Like I can't. Some places you just can't survive in some situation. You got to be honest with yourself. I think that I have an addictive personality.
Okay.
Like,
So here's where I'm going. If you have the strength and the ability and you have a source that you can draw from where you said, no, I'm done. No more alcohol. And the years go by and you never think about it again. You buried it. Same thing with cigarettes. Man, I'm done smoking cigarettes. You bury it. Years go by. You don't think about it. Soon enough, you're going to have that discipline that you can push into other things in your life. I think a lot of people cut themselves short and not being able to overcome something. And it really isn't my place to say that you can't do it, but a lot of people do, and it can be done. It's not impossible.
That's a good point. All right, let me get a Sun God in. He haven't said anything.
What's going on, brother?
What up, man? Welcome.
okay, then, bro.
How everybody doing today?
I'm good. I'm
No,
blessed.
I'm straight.
Awesome.
Straight. Getting hot lemon pepper.
Yeah, I only joined when I saw the smoking tree part because it was crazy. Because that's what I'm doing right now. So I just been listening this whole time, doing that part. But yeah, I would like to also answer some of these prompts also too. For me, it's really a coping mechanism. Like it used to be an addiction when I was younger. But when I was younger, I was surrounded by like all types of narcotics, so I could have got addicted to anything, really. So the fact that I chose to get addicted to like the natural side of it, homegrown from the earth, I'm like, okay, maybe I chose the best one. And now I use it for I train a lot, so I use it to like heal my body afterwards and my mind. I'll be cool off of it, and I got good discipline with it. Like right now, I got an ounce, but after that ounce is gone, I won't have anything else for like 2 weeks. That's a good little tolerance break for me.
You said a few years?
No, I said 2 weeks.
Oh,
We get you straight facts. We get you up there sucking the whole air up in that thing.
Hey, no, my it's clogged, so I'm trying to unclog it. My bad. Let me mute myself.
These good hitting. Let me show you I ain't coughing either. I'm a pro.
Look, I can't even pull on it because it's clogged. That's what I'm trying to do right now.
Oh, I got you. I picked the right topic for y'all, man. I don't even do this at all, though. I just figured a lot of people do this, though. So I'm just trying to see if people when they know the difference between it, because I wanted to say anything. For people that don't smoke, I want to see people that play video games, right? That people that
that's what I'm saying.
go to bed. I see. I got to at least beat my TT. I ain't beat Paulie, but don't mind me, y'all. I ain't got no just something that's going on, but yeah, so otherwise I was feeling in the
Hey,
blank
you
like
playing the game? I know what game you playing if you say yes.
If I was, yeah, I was thinking about. I am about to might play it. What game? Okay, if I do play the game, what I'm gonna play?
Oh, if you're not playing now, then I don't know what it is. So
Dang.
I'm.
Yeah. Well, if I do, well, yeah, I'll stop. I was playing Tekken. I'll be playing Tekken and Mortal Kombat, but now I'm playing Doom on my spare time because I can pause the game and be live at the same time. But yeah,
I don't like that remake, but
then
yeah,
you don't like it? What? I played
What? The
both.
remake is
hell
fire.
no.
The
Yeah, I
remake is
like it, and
fire.
it's like fast
I
paced,
didn't,
and it's
bro. I
Yeah,
didn't
that you
like it.
really got to
super
keep up
super
with it.
gory, right?
Yeah, you really got to keep
Look,
up with
see,
it.
so maybe I'm just like a little bit older than y'all, right? So I remember playing Doom on the computer. You feel
Oh
me?
hell no!
I remember
That's
that.
just like trash.
I remember. I remember. I
That's
think
and
like trash.
and this new remake just it changed too much for me.
you like Doom
What?
3.
It's just on a controller now, bro. It's better to be honest with you.
I'm
It's
not
just
gonna
more
lie.
fast
I don't
paced.
even know
It
what
got the
Doom
gore as much
is.
gore as the old one though. Like it's just yeah. It's just action, more
What
action. I can get you to it. Do play different. It's just more actiony and stuff.
what is Doom?
Oh my gosh, you got to be young. Now you got to be younger than
I'm
old.
going on mute.
I don't play video. Listen. Wait a second. I ain't never been no video game player.
I don't
Like
care. You're still young.
But it's like I'm 22, so it's like
I'm 22. I know what Tekken is. I
Dang.
know Mortal Kombat. I
you
don't
know
know
what
what
Tekken
Doom
is, but
is.
you don't know what Doom is, bro.
I don't,
You
bro.
know,
I
you
know
know what Doom
Mark.
Slayer is, bro.
I know Sonic. I
Hey, look,
know. I mean,
it's a
I
new
know
game.
2K.
I know
It's a new game
Pac-Man,
coming out in June.
I know
Just play that.
Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. You know,
Donkey
like
Kong, Asteroids. I know all them old school.
yeah,
I thought you was
but
about to
Doom.
come with the oldest of them all.
Doom from like the
Sorry, let me stop
80s
you.
though.
I'm messing with you. That boy
Nah,
said,
but
"I know.
those are.
I remember Pong."
Pong,
So
I know that.
I did go man. Said I know that. That was funny. I like that. That was funny. Yeah, that was like
But
literally. I think that was the first
nah,
video. One of the first video games that came out was Pong.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that was the first video game.
Yeah.
That was it.
How the heck you
And
know that?
Pac-Man.
You don't know what Doom
Yeah.
is. I don't even want to hear you no more, man.
Bro, stop. Listen, I was, I played video games in my life, but it was usually 2K or like it was really 2K or
What about Duke
UFC.
Nukem?
You still play 2K?
I don't play nothing as of
I stopped
now. I
playing
ain't
that
played a
for a
video
minute.
game. I gave my
I might
PS4.
go back.
Hey, I heard somebody say Duke Nukem.
Yeah, Duke Nukem. I said I'm at least see my chance. So what about Duke Nukem Adventures?
Yes,
That's a
sir.
video. I mean, is that a computer
Oh my
game?
gosh, I don't even want to hear no more now. All right, I'm
Is it a
done.
computer game with like
The
a
fact that you
army
say
dude?
it, I don't even gotta ask no more.
Bro, stop. Cause I
Yeah.
used to play it at
I
the
try to give you
library.
because I try to give you something that was close to Doom because that's like the next thing close to
Yeah,
Doom.
Wait a second.
can
I think I used to
ask you a
play that
question real
game at
quick?
the library, and I used to love that game.
Yeah, he like a freaky version of Doom. That's basically like it be hitting pig head things. I don't know what to call him though. Maybe stripping him.
Yo, do
He
you
like a he silly version of Doom. What's up?
No, I was saying, do you think Doom would be better if they put it in third person?
Nah. That's when I would act like straight facts. Then I'd be like, nah, I like the old one. You know what I'm saying? I'd be acting like him then. But nah, I wouldn't like it at
No,
all.
I'm talking about like say if it had like God of War
Let me
mechanics.
look.
Oh no, nah, this
What? That'd be fire.
Nah, I'm good. Like when Straight was talking about, I'm trying to stay as close to the old version as it can. I can't do that. Nah, I can't do that. Third, it'll be a whole
I
nother
mean, the
game.
first person is
What up,
cool, but I
Mark?
always thought it'd be better to like see him.
It'd look like some. It'd probably look like freaking Halo, third person Halo after that.
No, that third person Halo was weird.
Yeah.
I'll bring y'all back on track.
We talking about addictions right now. We just ain't talking about trees. We talking about games now. It's like,
Yeah, I could tell y'all got a little bit of that addiction to the game.
Yeah, so we gonna get back to that. We gonna give it a break and then come back to that again.
Yeah, let's give it a break because
That's gonna be
you
fun to
guys are
talk
going
to.
over my
We gotta
head.
talk about that. People gotta know when they addicted to the game, when it's a hobby, and what's the coping mechanism. That's gonna be my next one. All right. Let's get to the will clinginess to a partner be considered an addiction, and is that healthy?
I think that's like it's not healthy. I think that's kind of like a insecurity mixed with a Yeah, it's just a reassurance thing. Like, we're not doing it. You're doing this for you.
Yeah,
And
I would agree.
I don't know to call it an addiction, but I think that it's a psychological issue going on for sure.
For sure. Like one like a care animal or like a teddy bear or something. You know, just like something of comfort to fill whatever hole you're trying to fill. And if that hole just
Yeah,
happens to be loneliness, then it's gonna be a drastic one.
I want to answer what is having a life and
You let
not
other
having
people
a life.
answer what they didn't answer. Yeah, so let's get straight facts and get my baby in after that. I don't think she answered the first one. Go ahead, straight facts. No, he probably doing this thing. Go ahead,
He's
babe.
trying to hit the bong.
No.
Yeah.
You can do the first
Should I
two.
go? Should I go roll again? Is that what we're saying here?
Wait, I didn't get to go for the first one.
That's why I say you can do the first two.
Okay. Smoking trees. What is it? An addiction, hobby, or coping mechanism? Smoking trees. I literally think anybody who smokes trees, they're already addicted, anyways. Um, only because I've only heard people who smoke trees say, "Oh, I can stop anytime. I just choose not to." Like,
Oh,
I
he's hitting with some hard facts
I've
right
never
now.
said that though. I've never said that once. I call it how it is, bro. I'm a die with a blunt in my hand. Come on now.
yeah. So yeah, so you're aware that you're addicted.
No, that's a. 'Cause I said earlier, it's a coping mechanism for me. Like I use it to heal my body and my mind and stuff now.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
fine, but you're
listen,
still addicted to it. Like,
No,
Rachel, Rachel,
I don't partake all the time. Like
let me say something to you, son
after this
God.
pack I have now is gone,
I think if that's your
for like a
primary,
month from now.
once
Son
that's your
God,
primary, if that's your one of your primary coping mechanism, that is an addiction. Then that's when it becomes an addiction.
I
Yeah,
think
that
that
is
if
that.
anything external becomes a coping mechanism, you're addicted and you're making excuses. You cope with yourself. Like, if you need something external to cope, something materialistic to cope, you already down that road. And you gotta come back before it's too long.
That's like saying you can't lift weights. But
okay,
I
so
would say
let me just, I didn't even get to finish because,
I was just about to say. I would say, and then in place of just smoking though, like you could do that part, and then I was about to say, well, I already know what. So I would say for you, since I know, so let's say working out then for you, since I know that's one of your. Oh, pickleball. Let's say pickleball, right? When is pickleball an addiction, a hobby, or a coping mechanism for you? Do you believe it's addiction for you or a coping mechanism or a
yeah,
hobby?
I don't have an addiction. I'll say my biggest addiction would be food because,
Okay.
yeah, that's the one that is like, um, see, the thing is, people don't think they have addictions because they stop for a little bit and then they start back up. But all you did was relapse,
Oh wow.
right?
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this.
Adventure, no, no,
There's
no.
a
We're gonna let her finish real quick. You've been saying a lot.
all right.
Let her rock.
Not you being addicted to talking.
All right, guys,
No.
don't try to bully me.
So, yeah, when something is an addiction, I think that it's you can't go the day without thinking about it. And like you make a way out of no way to do it. And it affects like your relationships with your friends and family. Like you would rather do it as opposed to doing like other healthy habits that would like foster good relationships. I don't know. It starts to hinder you from doing the things that you want to do. I don't know how to explain it.
I think I get you too on that though. Okay, that makes sense though, and that's a good way to put
Okay.
that. I never think about it that way.
Now can I say something?
But no straight facts next. You know you've been going for the
Oh,
last. You do every time somebody take a break. We got you in a minute. We got you in a minute. Make sure everybody go real quick. Make sure everybody go. That's how I know you addicted to talking. You don't never mute. You just keep it up. No, don't try to do it now. All right, straight facts. What you got for me, man? We on the second one, and then whatever you heard. Go ahead.
Uh, would cling would clinginess to a partner considered an addiction? I think I don't think it's considered an addiction. Well, I don't know. I think it can be. It just all depends on the dynamic, right? Like, I feel some couples just like to be around each other, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want to be under you, you want to be under me. Cool. I think it's an addiction when it becomes extra, when those extra weird, creepy, stalky things start happening, right? Like, now every time you move somewhere, I'm trying to follow your car. Where is you going? Like, that's strange, right? But like if it's a mutual love situation, like you and your wifey, right? If it's a mutual love situation, I don't want to be under you, you want to be under me. I don't see what the problem is. No, we're not addicted. We are content.
It
That's
depends. It depends, though. We gonna break a lot of this stuff down, though, because some of these things we might feel like it might not be an addiction until it get tested, But we be saying things like, "Well, I can," just like we was talking about earlier. I can put it down when I want to. We can, or I can say, "Well, I don't have to be around my girl all the time," and or we could just say that, no, we just like being around each other or something like that. But I think it's some tests that kind of prove if it's an addiction or not for real. Um, so. Dang, okay, everybody, but everybody popped up here. So let's get, sure, let's get Skipper. Let's get Skipper. Then we go get Olivia, married, and Oasis.
Okay, so I'm gonna come in with something different this time. And I'm gonna say that clinginess is not an addiction. I think it's natural, and I think it's healthy for certain couples. And I'm gonna go off on a whim and say that. I'm gonna say clinginess is good. Period.
Oh, it looking like that Barbie. All right, I got you. All right, go ahead, Miss Olivia. What you got for me?
Which one? The first one or the second one?
You could do the first two, and then if you don't smoke trees, I'm only mentioning smoke trees because most people be smoking them.
Okay.
Whatever you feel is your hobby, you can name your hobby, and then we can see if you know that if it's when it's being an addiction or not.
Okay. So for the first one, I would say, because I smoked for probably like a good 10 years. I would say when I was smoking, I didn't think it was an addiction. It wasn't until I was like, okay, I need to get a job and I don't want to use nobody else pee or any of that other stuff. And I couldn't stop. That's when I realized, like, okay, I'm definitely addicted.
That's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Now, after I stopped smoking, then my perspective changed on it because when I first started, it was just for a hobby. Like if I was around and they passed the blunt, I would tap it, go on about my business. I think it became a addiction when I started actually buying my own weed, having my own like weed man and stuff like that. Um, it became even a bigger addiction when before I do anything, I gotta smoke. After I do anything, I gotta smoke. So I will wake up, wake and bake, go to class. After class, okay, let's have a post class, session. So then I was like, okay, this is definitely now an addiction. Now that I haven't been smoking for about 5 years, I think it starts off for fun, but then we start to use it as a coping mechanism, and then we start to depend on it a little too heavily. So that's my opinion on
Nice. I
smoking
like how you
trees.
did that. I like how you did that. I think you went. I think you about to tap into some people on this one. I don't think they gonna like that one. But
That's just my personal experience with it. And in college, I wrote a paper on marijuana and the health benefits and things like that. But when I wanted to stop, I was
try
like,
to strain
okay.
away from that word too, because that's the reason why I put tree up there. So, 'cause I
Oh,
know.
okay. I'm sorry. So yeah, when I wanted to stop, that's when I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you can't stop. You always said you could, but now you can't. So then it became an issue. For the second one, would clinginess be considered an addiction? I don't know if I would consider it an addiction. I think it's more so your attachment style and codependency. So it kind of depends on how you were raised and if you kind of did like the inner child healing. Because if you're a person who leans towards anxious attachment, then you're probably going to be a little bit more clingy than somebody who's avoidant.
Hmm.
I think it can be healthy depending on if you're self aware. Can you self regulate? Are you able to not be around your partner and cause like an issue? I think if you start to infringe on somebody's like their me time, then it becomes an issue.
Okay. And then get mad about it and all that stuff too. I can feel that.
It's like adult temper tantrums, like because you want to be
I had
close.
that in my life. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie though.
Yeah. So if you can self regulate, co regulate, and stuff like that, I think that plays a big factor in the clinginess.
Okay. All right.
Ooh,
Let's.
that's right, Rachel. That's spot on.
Let's yeah. Yep. Don't act like you. No, I meant to say that earlier. I got you early. Don't come with that. I got you early. As soon as I seen your name, I said go to bed. Don't act like you was away from the phone. All right, so Mary, you next, and then we got Oasis. And I don't know what happened to Straight Facts. I don't know what happened to this stuff though. But somebody request stuff.
Which one you want me to answer? I'm sorry.
You could do if either with the first one, right? You can fill in the blank of what you think your hobby is. I mean, what you say your hobby is. And then we can then you could basically you could say if it's a when you know when your certain hobby is an addiction, coping mechanism, or a hobby, or you could say trees. You know if you smoke, because some people smoke that, so majority smoke that.
Okay. Well, I think that anything could be an addiction. Like for instance, so like for instance for me, an addiction for me would be sugar. Like I have bad
Mm.
reactions to like sugary things. Like my skin breaks out, like all kinds of things go wrong. But I will still find myself at Starbucks with 8 pumps of this and 6 pumps of that make it sugary twice or 3 times a day. And the only time I might stop is if my skin is like so bad, like it's so flared up, like I just can't continue, or my stomach will start to act up. Then that's when I'm like, okay, I got to stop for a little while. Then I'll stop for a little while, everything will clear up, and then you go right back to it. So I would consider that an addiction for sure. So I think anything can be an addiction. Um, with the clinginess to a partner, um, I think it depends, like, because, like, well, if you're married, right, you're in the house with this person, pretty much every day, unless they're gone somewhere on some sort of trip or whatever, which isn't all the time. So you kind of have to have some sort of attachment to that person to even be around them that much. So I don't think maybe clinginess could be. I think there's healthy levels of it, and I think there's unhealthy levels of it.
Wait, say that last part again. My bad. I was looking at the comments at the same time. That last little part you said something about unhealthy.
Oh, I said, yeah, there's unhealthy levels of like clinginess or attachment, and then there's healthy levels of it. And I think
Mm.
that, some clinginess is needed, in some ways, I guess. I wouldn't call it clinginess. Maybe some sort of attachment is needed if you're in like a relationship.
Attraction. Okay, I got you. All right. Okay. And then Oasis. Then we can do open panel, and anybody disagree with different things, want to add to all that stuff. I needed to read my go ahead, Oasis.
Wait, did you say
Okay.
AJ?
Oasis. Then it's AJ the newest
No,
one that
no,
came
no,
up.
you ain't gotta worry about it. Don't worry about it, okay? Just forget about me. It's fine.
No, you were literally the newest one that came up. Go ahead,
Oh,
Oasis.
you're addicted to hurt my feelings.
Oh my gosh.
But you addicted to getting mad at him.
Hey, he forgot me.
hmm
Do you
hmm
want to go? You can go.
No, she messing. She messing around. She just.
Oh, okay. All right. So, hey, everybody. Okay. I don't have no addictions, but I've watched people have addictions and stuff like that. Um, so what you want me to say about that? Like, what do I think a addiction is?
Mm. You can say the difference between them three. What about? So you say you have no addictions? I feel like majority do. What about food? Do you have food or sugar, or salt? Addiction to go
No. I
about,
used to smoke and stuff like that back in the day or whatever, but I don't mess with none of that stuff no more.
I
And I
said,
can take it or leave it too. You know what
I
I'm
said,
saying? Like I ain't spending my last on it, or I need to have it in order to cope with something or something like that.
no, I said, do you have? I'm saying some. So, what I said, what about food? Food or sugar or salt? You know, no addictions because I think majority of Americans almost dang near got one of those addictions off
Yeah,
rip.
well, I need seasoning on my food, so I don't know.
There
I
you
guess
go.
that would be an addiction.
There you go. So that means you don't eat your food bland for the most part. So that's like some type of that would be an addiction in a way. And I know we like to call it uh we like to call it it too it don't have no taste and all that. That's the reason why we in the hospital now. Because
Okay.
our foot. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess that's one then.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't find nothing wrong with cleanliness as long as you ain't getting on your partner's nerves and they can move around a little bit. But I'm clingy with my family members, my friends, and all that kind of little stuff. And I just would assume that's I have to talk to you like often. I need to see you and that kind of stuff. But it ain't to the point where I'm causing problems and stuff like that. So I don't think nothing wrong with clinginess.
Okay. All right. Open panel, y'all. I mean, no. My bad.
No,
I don't
oh,
want to get told.
dang.
AJ. I'm
Oh,
sorry, AJ.
man. AJ, speed it up.
Damn, the way I get treated on this panel, shit.
That's
Uh,
all that love right there.
I guess I don't know. The love me less. Smoking tree, smoking tree. My thing is it's all of those things to be honest. To be. I originally started just because I got chronic pain, and I ain't gonna lie. I enjoy it. You know what I mean? To me, it's just another vice. Is it something that I'm gonna go spend my last dollar on, or I'm gonna freak out if I don't got any? No, not really. But I think there's different levels to it. Would cleanliness to a partner be considered an addiction? Yeah, I mean it's a codependency. If you're that dependent on your partner, then yeah. So no, that's not healthy. That's anything. If you're codependent or you're dependent on something, then that's not healthy. Whether that's tree, you know, fast food, sugar, whatever it is. That's all. They're fast enough for you? Damn, yelling at me.
Hey, it's open panel, right?
Yeah, open panel.
Okay, so I was gonna say the two people that left, I feel was struggling to admit that they actually
Yeah,
have an addiction, and
yeah.
people who have an addiction do not want to stay in these conversations.
That's possible.
I've been wanting to say something for a minute. Like I've been waiting real patiently.
So you're not about to expose me because that's gonna make me have to change.
So a key and core determining factor of having an addiction is not necessarily tripping out if you don't have something, but it's being dependent on anything. You cannot be addicted to something without being dependent. So, like, to go over the second question, if you're like, for me, for example, me, if my wife is dependent on me, like, entertaining her clinginess, that's an addiction. If she's clingy and then I'm like, hey, bro, just back up real quick. And she backs up and she's cool with that and she understands that and she could live with that, I don't see it as an addiction. Same with anything else. The moment it becomes a true addiction is when you're dependent on it. And dependency looks different depending on what substance or activity you partake in it. I think a lot of us think like, oh, addiction, you got to be going through withdrawals or you got to have some, episode if you don't have it. But that's not necessarily true. Any moment or time that you feel different, you're emotionally different, your thought pattern is different, your thought process is different, then you're addicted.
What y'all got?
Yep. And also, I keep hearing this like semi-healthy version of clinginess. There is no such thing
Thank you.
as
They
like
trying to
some clinginess is
let's
okay.
talk about
No,
it.
Clinginess is an excess. It's excessive, just like your addictions. It's excessive. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to balance any of this stuff, and it becomes a problem in your everyday life. Like somebody who's clingy is always thinking about their partner. Like literally cannot live with like the idea, the thought of them being away, and they always need that validation from them. Like it's
Mhm.
yeah,
And
clinginess.
it's
I feel that
I
to
think
a
it's
definite
majority of a
extent.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I'm about
why
to say
I had
society.
corrected myself earlier. I don't know if you had heard. I was like, okay, maybe not clinginess, but maybe a level of attachment is
I
okay.
feel like it's like
Yeah, you
when they
did.
be
Yeah, I remember
like
you said that. Yeah, you did say
an
that.
aggressive hug for a baby. Like, oh, that baby's so cute. I just want to hug it so hard. Like, I feel like it's something like that.
What?
But
No.
you never heard somebody say that? I'm not
Oh,
saying I think
I
that, but
thought
I'm saying you've
cuddling.
never heard someone say that?
That's cuddling,
No. When,
coddling, whatever. But you talking about with a baby? You was referring to clinginess with that?
no, what I'm saying is when people are like, that baby is so cute, not cuddling, but they're like an aggressive hug. Like, if it wouldn't hurt the baby, I would hug that baby so aggressively. And I feel like that's the same type of mentality when you're with your partner, and it's like I'm not letting you go because I
Okay,
adore you
okay.
so much.
Okay. I think maybe he's speaking on the expression of it, how someone
Yes, they
expresses
express.
their
That's what I said.
clinging.
You never heard somebody say
Yeah,
that, not
yeah,
literally doing that.
yeah. Yeah. Kind of like when people say, "I could live in your skin."
Yes,
Oh
That's
my!
yes,
not okay.
Oh my!
yes, stuff like that. I think that is like with clinginess, but to cling on, like I'm not gonna lie, my wife she has her moments, but
You're married? How old? What
yeah,
the?
I've been saying that like 10 times. Yeah, I'm 22. 10 times. Yeah, I'm 22.
You be saying so much at one time. So.
I try to talk slow so you could catch it,
You sound
but
like an old soul.
yeah,
Hey,
I've been
But
TT.
married since I was 19.
Hey,
Yeah.
mm-hmm. A bit. But I think it was something else I was about
don't
to.
you dare. I will throw this box at you.
No, no. It was.
Rachel, get him.
It was.
Offline, honey. Off. I got you offline.
I feel like it was. It was something I was about to say. I forgot that fast. I think it was something dealing with the I forget it. Let's go ahead. TT, what you got for me on the first two?
Yeah, you just talking about you. This is just another word or another thing for what would we call attachment styles, ancient avoidance and secure attachment styles. That's really what this is.
Hmm.
Um, Ancient people are clingy. That's the anxious attachment style. And avoidant people can't deal with those type of people because avoidants really don't want you attaching yourself to them like that. And it's a lot of men that's like that too. So I, I was using the child because this is where it's developed. If you read the book called Attached, which I highly recommend, um, there's a section in there that talks about how children are shaped with the type of affection that they get from their parents or that they don't get. This is where these attachment styles come from. So you may not mean it no harm, but when you over coddle a baby or when you over, you hold them all the time, you run to them every time they cry and you're trying to be a good mother. You're not doing this on purpose. So a lot of times this is a lot of women's first baby. You know what I mean? But this is how a lot of these attachment styles are formed. You got to learn how to have a balance. And so that's what I was saying in the comments. Like typically when a child is dropped off for the first time, the first day of school, or maybe even daycare or something like that, they cry for hours. Sometimes mothers can't even leave the child or leave them with anybody because they cry, 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 cry. Now some folks are just, babysit this sense of bad energy and they don't want to stay. But a lot of times when the child is
not wanting to sit and stay and just, you can't leave them and you're gonna be okay, mama be back. Okay. They'll cry a little bit, but then they like, okay, everything's all right. But shoot, you've seen children that cry for an hour and 2 and 3 hours and stuff like that. And so a lot of this stuff, unfortunately, goes into your childhood or spills over into your childhood. I mean, your adulthood. And so we don't we don't know that it needs to be dealt with because we're too young or you're a baby, you don't even know, right? And then, for the child that didn't get enough affection, people who, I know people who had a problem with affection, and they're not so clingy and they can't deal with clingy people or needy people. So, but the secure person has the balance in both worlds. Sometimes you want to be by yourself, not too long, just for a little while. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll get right back with you. And then there's times where we want to be with you. But it's a balance. So you have to learn how to control that, and you have to learn how to, overcome that stuff. But as far as just the cleanliness in itself, to me, it's an anxious attachment style, and it's just a needy person. Now, there's one thing to need, and there's another thing to be needy. You see what
Or
I mean? So
dependent. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's all I was saying in the comments about going to the basis of adults, from when they were children and how they were treated as a child. It all starts from childhood. That's why I love psychology a lot. There's a lot of theories in psychology, but I do connect with a lot of the theory that they have because you can see some of the results or the signs in a lot of people. And if you ask me, I think everybody should take a psychology course on, I mean, everybody, because I think it really does in itself. A psychology class is to me is a therapy class. I mean, taking psychology for me was therapy for me. I loved it. But I think that a lot of times we overlook it because we just think, oh, this is just me. This is how I was raised. Or this is just who I am. When really
Right.
that that's not really who you are. That's just that was a circumstance or a situation that shaped you into that. And so you never got a chance to be the real you. The only way you can get back to being the real you and kind of have the balance and have a healthy lifestyle is to get yourself into healing yourself, doing the work and finding yourself again. So a lot of us have not really even found ourselves. And when we find ourselves, we become less clingy. We become less needy. We become less needy for attention, less needing for validation, less, you know, uh uh I gotta be around people. You got some people that can't even spend 2 seconds by themselves. So anyway, that's all I want to say.
Mm. Hey, you made me think though. Can people be addicted to their children? Let's make it hurt a little bit. Let's talk about that now.
Yes,
Yeah.
They
they
can.
can.
Yep.
Holly
Absolutely.
Holly Bailey, she talked about that. Find her video. I'm gonna find it, and yes, because she
Oh,
said
that girl
that's why
Holly,
she gives
I'm
DDG a
looking at her.
hard
She
time.
toxic. She toxic, boy. I didn't notice
But she
that.
said, it. She said she cannot live without her son. She said I tried it for two when he took the child. That's why she said she be
For a
fighting
day.
because
She said
she.
she tried it for a day,
Yeah, there you go.
which is
Go ahead,
crazy.
tell him the story.
No, I was just piggybacking on what you were saying. You can keep going.
No, no, you got it. You got it. You go ahead. I've been talking long enough. Tell them what she said.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, she was saying how only she can't stay away from him for too long. I remember I just saw that video yesterday. I can't really remember all what she was saying, but when she said it, it was just like wow, like. And she was also saying how she as soon as she was on the plane and she was crying and had to she bought a whole teddy bear just because of that to hold on the airplane while she was crying.
Do y'all think that might be why she stayed with DDG because she thought that she would be closer to her son?
Mm.
Because if all of these things were going on, that might be the only reason why she stayed.
She probably stayed because her horoscope.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
But
my
this,
god.
what is her
But
horoscope? What's her sign? You know?
oh, he was joking. He does not.
Oh, oh,
um, that's an interesting question. I personally don't think that's why she wanted to stay. I think most women, when they have children with somebody, they like to try to keep the family unit together, as best that they can. Because majority of the time, I mean, the woman generally gets the child.
that
So yeah.
That's
Hey, Lou.
true. But I feel like they had tried. I like both of them, you know, and I feel like they tried, but like the fact that they're so young, I feel like there's immaturity there,
Hmm.
so it kept them from being able to come up with a solid plan. And then also their lifestyles is all over the place. They're busy, you know, they've got a lot going on. So
What you?
I foresee maybe in the future this it calming down and they come to some sort of understanding because they
Yeah.
both seem like they're good people, but they seem like they just both
What?
in an immature phase.
Yeah. Hopefully, but like Hallie being so clingy and being like my baby, a lot of women do that where it's like they don't look at the dad as like that they're supposed to have all this access. It's so like we should really be thinking about the father also being able to connect with the child the same amount, but they just think about like, no, this is my baby.
right.
Yeah, we seen that when he took Halo on that to that streamer's house, Kai Sinat, and she flipped out online about that. Do y'all remember that when he took Halo on that streaming with I can't pronounce his name, Kai Cenat, and she was like, I didn't want him there and all that stuff, but you're allowed to post him online whenever you get ready.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's definitely a double standard.
I always said that. I always believe that majority of women think they the better parent. Anyways, I always said that anyway. Or they act like it, or they feel like they gonna take care of the child better than, or they don't have the trust for the father. It'd be weird though. But I wanted to ask, what did you like about them two specifically, and do you feel like them two could be another Blueface and the other girl, whatever her name, I forgot her name.
No,
Oh
they don't.
Lord, I would never
They
put them in
nowhere
the
near
same
that.
category.
I feel
Yeah,
like
they not.
eventually they
Hell
can't.
no.
Me myself, I feel like they can make it there the way they acting now.
No,
Shit,
Oh no.
and now shit.
no,
Oh no, absolutely not.
They too classy for that. No.
They are way too classy for
Wait,
that.
what
They
make
was
them classy?
I mean,
listen.
they keep that personal business offline. They ain't beat each other up online. You ain't see them act
And
like
then look
that.
at how they were raised compared to Blueface and Krishan. They were raised in a lot more structured households.
Facts.
So
You
what was
ain't
that
see them.
deal with
So,
that bruises on her arm and all that stuff? It sounded like she trying to something already.
well, like I said, I feel like they're both immature. So when you're immature like that and you're, you know, navigating parenthood and co-parenting for the very first time, I think that everyone makes mistakes in that,
Hmm.
you know, and you know, DDG and Hallie aren't excluded from that, you know.
And Holly not gonna get online and be doing what Krishan be doing, and DDG not gonna do what
I
Blueface
can
either.
get what you mean though. They not that. I get you. They
It
not
looks
that.
like that stuff was
They
leaked. It
care about
doesn't
their
look like it
image.
was anything that
Yeah,
they posted themselves.
And
yeah,
also, yeah, the support that they have, like they like when you look at Blueface's parents, and then you look at
Right.
Sean's parents, is like two different.
yeah. I about to say I could. Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, y'all talking about the way they just keep they don't want to. They care about their image. I think Blueface and them, they don't care. You know, they just like, we gonna do what we gonna do. If
Mm.
I think they
y'all,
do it for the money. I think they be
true.
coming up with stuff for the
That
money
could be
because
true.
more drama um, attracts more attention.
Yep. Because what other real talents do they have outside of that?
Right. And people love drama. And you never know. They could be
Like a DDG
Ace Boom
rapping,
Coon in real
singing,
life. They could be Ace Boom Coon in
Chloe
real life.
singing.
And
Mm.
online, they enemies.
Isn't the sister dating somebody too? Seem like a fake Beyonce, right?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, DDG and Halle are both two talented individuals. You know, I wouldn't
It's crazy
compare.
seeing them grow up, man.
I wouldn't
It's crazy
compare.
seeing them grow up, man. When I was young, I seen them when they were just singing, little tiny girls just singing on
Doing
YouTube
covers.
and doing the covers. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I used to thought they was twins at first, and then yeah.
Mm.
I had gained some. Well, even though they're going through this right now, I had gained some respect for DDG when the whole Kai Cenat thing went down because while they were trying to drag Hallie online for having her moment, he got online and he was like, I don't want anybody talking about her because she's going through XYZ. You know, we're dealing with this on our own end. I don't need y'all attacking her. You know, he came to her defense regardless of them having a conflict. So I had grew some respect for him
What do
because
you
of
think
that.
she'll do the same thing for him?
I feel she would.
No,
Mm.
I don't think she's not as vocal. That's just not her
She's
personality.
definitely not vocal at all, but I don't think
Yeah.
she'd get online and just thrash him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she wouldn't thrash him, but I don't think she would come to his defense either. I think that's what he was asking. Like, would she come to his defense?
Oh, yeah, probably not. I don't think she's one to even say anything at all. I think she might be avoiding conflict as much as possible.
Mm. Okay. Um. Mm. Hey, I'm to everybody, man. Do I gotta do a refresh?
They ain't want to talk about no damn DDG.
I'm gonna do a refresh on them real quick. Yeah, cause I'm gonna probably get off. What time am I gonna get off? I just need me a few hours of sleep. All right. Let me do a refresh, y'all. I'll be
You didn't
back.
sleep yet today?
I haven't went to sleep.
Oh my gosh! I thought you said you were going
I'm
to
still
sleep
gonna.
after work.
Nah, cause I just knew I was going to have to go to bed. Or earlier. I ain't gonna say what early is though, cause it's gonna be between 12 and 2.
Well,
Between 12 and 2, I'm gonna get off. But all right, y'all. I'm gonna refresh. Y'all just come right on back. Right on back. I gotta get on the other part of the algorithm.
okay.
All right, babe.
All right.